you have to know your subject remotely as well as the person you're in conversation with.
Okay.
So you have to master your subject.
Yeah.
This disqualifies 90% of people who are talking online right now. And I don't say that in an elitist way at
Right.
all.
Because you would throw yourself into that mix too.
I don't know about this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And so I've had people say to me like, oh, you don't do a lot of politics on Facebook. It must be because you don't like to argue. It's like, no, actually, I'm fine with arguing. I don't have a subject specialization in anything that's being discussed. Like I'd be really out of my league in most policy conversations. I just don't know much about it.
You know, what's funny is that I've heard Jerry Seinfeld make the same comment about about political humor. Like people will ask.
Now there's a guy, I have subject specialization in Jerry Seinfeld.
All right,
I could talk about that.
And that's
right.
I figured if I dangled that carrot.
Right now you're talking my language. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Jerry Seinfeld, he's a guy that doesn't have a ton of political humor out there. A lot of his is like, you know, family or like just social observations, things like that. But it's not super political. And I've heard him say, he's like, he just doesn't feel like he does that stuff very well. So he stays away from it.
And by the way, it's not like there's some standard of what everybody needs to know to talk about this stuff. I mean, you need to have a subject specialization that brings you into the conversation of the person you want to talk to.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And so
I like how you specify that at a personal level. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, no, I don't think that to have a conversation about Joe Biden's infrastructure policy, I don't think you have to be a city planner to talk about that.
Right.
But I do think that whoever you're addressing, you should have as much subject specialization as they do. So, which is where you get people in the comments section of the online newspaper, which is they know nothing about anything.
Right.
But they all talk to each other. So I guess maybe they do have enough specialization as the people they're talking to. But